So a friend of mine that's a pastor once told me this. He said, you remember Humpty Dumpty? He said he sat on the wall and he took a fall. He said, and they called all the king's horses and they called all the king's men, but there wasn't a single one that could fix him. But then he said this, nobody ever called the king. Whew, come on now, somebody. Nobody called the king. I mean, they must have tried everybody because they resulted to calling all the king's horses to try to fix him. You know, in my life, more times than I'd like to admit, I've tried to fix it myself. And a lot of times I forgot to call the king. Surely I'm not the only one. It reminds me of when our oldest daughter was 6 years old. She kept having these reoccurring nightmares every night for like a week. We had tried almost everything to help her and nothing was working. It come to the point one night that she was even afraid to fall asleep. And out of frustration, I went into her room and I said to her, listen, if you get scared, call on Jesus. I shut her door and I went back to bed and I laid in bed and about 30 seconds went by and this happened. From her room, we heard this cry, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Well, my wife and I laid in bed and laughed hysterically. But you know that little girl fell asleep and slept better than she had in a week. And to my knowledge, never had another nightmare while she was growing up. And that little 6-year-old reminded me of what I should have done. I should have called the king first. Sure, you could try to fix it, but perhaps you should call the king first.